natural disasters, flooding, heat waves. In the last year, in this year of 2023, it has been, wow, just so much going on when it comes to the climate and how our changing climate is affecting us individually on a very personal level from human to human. This last summer, the summer of 2023 has been a doozy. It's been so much for me specifically that in a lot of ways I've tuned out from a lot of it because it has been so overwhelming. So if you are feeling helpless, isolated, anxious, angry about what is happening in today's world, when it's related to the climate and how our climate is changing and impacting us, just know that you're not alone. There are a lot of people who are struggling with this. And you just need to know that these feelings are completely natural and they are part of a much larger term that I want to define for you today. And it's called climate anxiety. And climate anxiety is becoming more and more of a occurrence, a problem amongst people in general, but specifically young people like you and I. So let's talk about this topic today about climate anxiety and what it is and how we could work through it together, and also some things that I have done personally on my own journey that might help you too. So before we go any further, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you will know when the next sustainability or sustainable marketing video is live, and so you can be the first one to watch it. So let's get into it. The first topic that I want to talk about in this video is what is climate anxiety? Climate anxiety or eco-anxiety is the distress that someone could experience around climate-related issues. It's mostly related to the worries and the feelings that are associated with climate change. So it's not a mental illness. It is anxiety that is caused by a situation, the situation that we're currently in, for example. And the situation could be related to your uncertainty about what's happening, the uncertainty about what your future will be like, also the uncertainty and unhappiness around the dangers of climate change, or anything kind of related around this that's going to cause you extreme anxiety and uncertainty about your future. And what are some of the feelings that you could feel and that maybe can help you identify if you are actually feeling climate anxiety yourself? So some of these feelings might be a feeling of helplessness, of fear, of guilt, of anger, or even of shame of how you might be contributing to, for example, climate change. So all these are different behaviors and feelings associated with climate anxiety. So these feelings do basically one major thing, and that is they impact and they sway your behavior, your mood, and that in response affects your everyday life. And overall, the main big thing, other than the way that it makes you feel and the anxiousness and everything that comes with it, is climate anxiety paralyzes you and it keeps you from taking action on climate change. Let's talk about, now that we've defined climate anxiety, let's talk about how you are not alone in this feeling. So climate anxiety is rising amongst everyday people. So according to the American Psychological Association, more than 2/3 of Americans are experiencing or have experienced a feeling of climate anxiety. Another study said that around 84% of children are feeling the effects that we just described around climate anxiety, and they're feeling it on an ongoing basis. For me, I feel climate anxiety. I feel climate anxiety all the time, multiple times a month, especially as I start to dig more and more into this topic, this complex topic of climate and climate change, and how my spot and place might be in making a difference. And not only am I feeling climate anxiety, is I'm also feeling a much larger level of helplessness. I get into these big dips of where I feel like, okay, what's the point? I am reading about all this stuff and it's so bad. What am I doing here? Like, what kind of impact am I making? Does it really make a difference? It can make me feel anxious, and oh my gosh, it's just so overwhelming. It has even gotten to the point where I have even contemplated not even having kids as I dug deeper and deeper into the climate topic. I've also alongside built that a much stronger anxiety and worry about having children. Because if I have children, aren't I subjecting them to all the horrors and the negativity that I see today? And isn't it just gonna get worse? So I'm not telling you all this to scare you. I'm telling you this to tell you that I'm a person too, and I have felt a lot of these feelings and worries around climate change. I have climate anxiety too, and that's just being human. So now that hopefully that you can recognize that there are other people out there who are struggling with this too, us together, we can try to figure out solutions to it. And I also want you to keep in mind that climate anxiety is a byproduct of all the things that are going on in our world today. You as an individual cannot control the world. You can't control everything that is going to make changes around the climate movement. If you think about, okay, what are the things that I can control and what things I can make a difference for me personally in my bubble, this will really help you focus more of your energy and your efforts and kind of combating this climate anxiety and turning your anxiety into impactful action. And so this is really what I want to dig into the next section. So digging into this topic, I want to share with you how I have started trying to frame sustainability and how I want to live a more eco-friendly or eco-impactful life for me personally. And I want to share this philosophy that I'm currently trying to put together for myself, because I want it to be inspirational to you. I want you to take that climate anxiety that maybe you've been building up yourself. I want you to break it down, and I want you to feel like you have control over the situation. Because if you have control, if you feel like you have control and you can make a difference, and then you will make impactful actions. And we need everybody to make some sort of impactful action to the climate movement to make a difference. So this is kind of my 3-part approach, looking for a new term to call this, that I've been taking for myself to kind of help me feel like I'm making an impact, that I'm working and chiseling away on topics that matter to me, and that I'm contributing to the kind of global effort against climate change. So number 1, be curious. So when you're curious, this means that I want to encourage you, and I encourage myself, to always question the status quo of everyday activities that you're doing. So for example, you're in a coffee shop and they give you a plastic straw in your iced latte. Think about, do I really need that plastic straw? That's just gonna be thrown away. Could I just do it without it? Probably so. Another example could be, maybe you're driving in the car to work and you're thinking, I'm sitting in traffic. The gas prices at the fuel pump are going up. I really hate driving. I don't like doing this at all. I'm in the car like 2 hours a day. What would my life be like if I didn't have to drive to work? So I want you, that's the first step, is thinking about what are the everyday situations, things in your life that you want to question. Be curious and question it, that maybe this isn't the way that it should be. And then we can think through, okay, if that's not the way that you want it to be, what are some more sustainable lifestyle choices that you can make or push for in your local communities to make action happen? Then I want you to work on being connected. So that's the next one. There is evidence out there that being connected to wildlife, to our natural world, to more people who are like-minded to us within the like eco-sustainable mindset. These people, being connected to these people, help us embody these changes more and also help us make impactful action. So that's the next one, is I want you to look into being connected to organizations. You just thought about the topics that you might be passionate about. Okay, what are the organizations, the community efforts, the people and groups of people who are thinking similarly to you, who are wanting to make the same type of action and make the same type of impact? Where are those organizations and how you can get involved? The last one that I'm also working for myself is be conscious. So every day, now that you understand the issues that matter to you, are involved and you're making actions, be conscious about how you can make impacts every day in your life to make action or to contribute to those topics of sustainability that you're passionate about. So at one point in my life, let's say 3 to 5 years ago, I used to buy clothes from a lot of online stores. Every time the online stores would ship the clothes to me, they would be all wrapped up in plastic bags. And I started thinking, why do I need that? I mean, like, it comes in a plastic bag and I'm just gonna throw away the plastic bag or maybe recycle it. And what's the point? It's such a waste, such a waste. So I started thinking about these things that were kind of tugging at me and bothering me. So then I started being curious. So I started reading articles, listening to podcasts about specifically plastic waste and how much plastic is integrated into our everyday lifestyles, even to the extent where we can't even make sustainable choices because plastic is everywhere. Now, plastic is a pretty complex topic. We could talk about that in a whole theme of videos. But once I had decided that plastic, is a thing that bothers me, now I wanted to think about how is this impacting the planet and the natural world around me. And what really kind of helped me focus on that, into that theme even more, is I thought about the places that I love being in nature the most. And one of those places is going to the ocean and going to the beach with my family when I was a child, and then I was able to connect that emotional experience of being in nature and being in the ocean to the problem that I have now identified that matters to me, which is plastic pollution. So now I have a topic that I'm interested in, I'm learning about, and I've connected it to an environmental, nature-related topic that I'm also passionate about. So plastic, ocean. Then I started getting connected. So now that I have my topics that I'm learning about and I'm passionate about, now I'm getting connected. I am following influencers who are on Instagram who talk about this topic all the time. I'm following ocean conservationists, listening to documentaries, getting involved in organizations, trying to get involved and learn as much as I can about it. So surrounding people around me who are like-minded and who are also passionate about this topic, so that they can also feel my passion and learning journey too. And then the last one, I started being more conscious about how plastic affects and is integrated into my everyday life. So now that I know the impact of it more, I make more conscious decisions every day about how to reduce plastic. So I'm still working on this. It's a work in progress. Sustainability is always a work in progress. There is no perfect sustainable person. Keep that in mind. I would love to know in the comments what you are passionate about when it comes to the environment. What topics do you connect with, and kind of maybe even how you have even dealt with climate anxiety, how you've gone through that journey and how you're coping with it. Share that too. So please let us know down in the comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I talk more about sustainable marketing, but also more general sustainable topics that I'm passionate about. And until the next video comes, I wish you the best of luck on your sustainable journey. And yeah, until next time.